Throughout the history of the NBA, us rabid fans love a good heated exchange. Even if it doesn't end up in an all-out brawl, we love to sit back and assume what would happen. We end up debating it, reconstructing it, and then judging it. It's part of the drama that makes us love this game. And in the era of Twitter, we can always get something trending and put under a microscope, even more whether it's fair or not. Now, NBA fights are NBA fights, but the heated exchanges are the verbal jabbing, refs jumping in to break up fights, and pushing and shoving that ensues after the play. Sometimes a nice heated exchange can break up the pace of a slow game and re-energize the teams on the floor. Throughout history, there are many, and I mean many, heated exchanges throughout the years, and we can have multiple videos for each year. By the way, is that something that you would want to see? Let us know in the comment section. But for this video, we took a sliver of the 2015 season and brought to light some of the heated exchanges that we've all seen or just seeing for the first time now. Let's remember a lot of these heated exchanges were just meant to be that. If they wanted to fight, I truly believe they would find a way. The coaches or refs holding back the players is always comical to me, and we have some of that coming up. But before we jump in, please remember that if you've enjoyed the video thus far and can't wait to see some heated exchanges between NBA players in the 2015 season, then please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons and make sure to tell your friends and family about the journey we are about to embark on. Now let's dive in a bit deeper. So why choose the 2015 season? We still have a Kobe sighting. How can you talk about heated exchanges without having something about Kobe Bryant? The answer? You can't. What has been your favorite Kobe moment? Let us know below. This is a good segue into a Kobe heated exchange. This one with Kobe and Dwight Howard was quite a memorable one. At the time, there was still clearly beef between the two stars. It's funny how Dwight is now on a final squad with the Lakers. Boy, how times have changed up. In a game where the Rockets won 108-90 at the Staples Center in the 2015 season opener, the fourth quarter exchange between the former Los Angeles Lakers teammates took center stage. As Howard grabbed a rebound and searched for someone to take an outlet pass, Bryant defended him tightly and even bore the brunt of Big Dwight's left elbow that landed directly on the chin. Cuss words followed after the foul was called, with Bryant appearing to say, "Try me," over and over, while also calling him soft, and Howard hollering while wearing the snarkiest of smiles. Howard was given a flagrant 1 foul, and double technical were given to both. Clearly, they do not like each other. After the game, the Black Mamba had a much different tone with the media than he had on the court. "You can't help but like him," Brian said. "He's a teddy bear, he's a really nice kid, and I really mean that. When you compete and you have a goal in mind, I know one way to get there. He elbowed me in the face, and I'm going to let him know that I didn't like it. It's that simple." The next heated exchange unfortunately ended with an injury. In April 2015, Jay Crowder and J.R. Smith got into an exchange underneath the rim in Game 4 of a playoff game in Boston, where things quickly spiraled out of control, with injuries as a whole. Love sprinted off the floor in the first after getting entangled up with Boston's Kelly Olynyk while battling for a loose ball. Apparently in vengeance, Cleveland's Kendrick Perkins leveled Jay Crowder with a hard screen in the second quarter, and then took a swipe at Crowder too, but remained in the game. In the third quarter, J.R. Smith was assessed a flagrant 2 foul and immediately ejected for nailing Crowder under the basket. Crowder suffered a left knee sprain on the fall, but luckily did not suffer any head injuries. Ironically, J.R. Smith's ejection occurred 2 years to the day after he was ejected for elbowing Boston's Jason Terry when he was with the New York Knicks. Sigh. The next heated exchange happened in March of 2015. This was blatant disrespect and foolishness. A cheap shot to Kelly Olynyk earned Miami Heat center Hassan Whiteside an ejection from a game against the Celtics, but that wasn't the only punishment the Miami Heat center received for his actions. The NBA suspended Whiteside for 1 game for his WWE-style elbow to the back of Olynyk's neck. In the exchange in the game, Whiteside hit Olynyk with his blindside elbow with 2 minutes 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. He received a flagrant 2 foul for the act and was tossed from the game, which the Celtics would go on to win 100-90, by the way. Even legendary member of the Miami Mafia, Dwayne Wade, was highly critical of Whiteside's actions during the game. In January 2015, Steph Curry and Trevor Ariza had a heated exchange of their own. Things got especially heated after Stephen Curry fell and/or stuck his leg out. It looks like it could have gone both ways, while Trevor Ariza chased Harrison Barnes after a play. A highly peeved Ariza gave Curry a bit of a bump, as he ran by and tried to play it off as if he didn't have any room, but then Curry went off and had to be held back by Draymond Green. I don't know about you guys, but I had to ask myself, what would have Steph Curry done if no one was there to, and I laugh as I say this, restrain him? He was just trying to bark like a big dog. Now, Ariza did get a technical in this exchange, while Steph avoided what would have been his second. Lastly, in April of 2015, I think we saw things go as far as they possibly could without getting into an all-out brawl. There were multiple scuffles between members of the Bulls and Bucks during Chicago's 91-82 chippy Game 2 playoff victory that led referees to hand out a total of 7 technical fouls and 1 ejection. The fireworks kicked off early in the game when, in the second quarter, Chicago guard Aaron Brooks stepped in front of Bucks center John Henson as Milwaukee brought the ball up the court. The 7-foot Henson knocked the 6-foot Brooks to the ground, and then briefly stood over him. We all know you're asking for trouble when you hover over your opponent who is laying on his back on the ground. It's a great sign of disrespect. Brooks popped up off the court to confront Henson, and shortly thereafter, Hakeem Noah and Jimmy Butler entered the chaos to stick up for their smaller teammate. Multiple players from both teams then joined the small melee in short order, with Butler and OJ Mayo jawing back and forth in the center of the group before order was restored. The good news was that everyone managed to avoid ejection. The bad news was that Henson, Noah, Butler, and Mayo all received technical fouls. Brooks was only assessed a personal foul for the initial play in transition. However, the insanity of this Chicago and Milwaukee game was not done yet. Shortly after that, notorious dirty player Zaza Pachulia received a technical foul with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The Bucks center got into an exchange with Bulls forward Nikola Mirotic, as both players hit the deck in pursuit of a loose ball. Replays showed Pachulia's elbow connecting with Mirotic, who angrily shoved Pachulia's back. The two players got into a shoving match while seated before they could be separated. Pachulia was hit with his second technical foul, which created an automatic ejection, and Mirotic received his first technical, bringing the game's total to 7 technical fouls. Heated exchanges are a part of the NBA allure. Which one is your favorite?